Zdravej! This is Bulgarian black metal band Bolg, who we have here in question with the second album, Where Death Dwells. Comes with a beautiful cover, very gloomy, very bleaky, and as well a very sinister title. This one is rather old band, given that the band has only a couple of albums out, this being the second one from year 2025. So what we have here inside of this three-folding booklet is of course the CD and then booklet. And here we have quite a bit of amount of text as well as some gloomy pictures, and underneath the CD tray more cover art. So looks good so far. What about the booklet? Well, obviously you pretty much guessed it. Lyrics in white on black background, as well as more band pictures. You get the idea by now. So this is for your reading pleasure, assuming that is you are able to read it. Alright, let's move on with this given band that contacted me recently in hopes to get this beauty reviewed and all. So here we have Bolg from Bulgaria. This is pretty peculiar if you look at the history of the band. More than 20 years in the business, 1 split out, 10 demo, curious enough 13 years of difference, 10 first full album in 2018, Plague Vaccine, pretty much like, making wild guesses of the whole, COVID years a couple of years later. Then another big break for 7 years, and then Where Death Dwells. So 2025 is the year of rebirth for this band of sorts in a way. For some reason this is independent release. I was figuring out why, but I don't know. Sometimes bands opt for themselves, because in my opinion, when it comes to the quality of music, this black metal should and could have had a real label to put it out, but sometimes the paths of the artists are unknown. What we have here is 10 tracks and 42 minutes roughly, and throughout that stuff you have basically 2 ways how Bolg is doing their music. Now whatever starts with after this instrumental intro is pretty wild, because it's basically Bulgarian take of Marduk. I kid you not, it's very violent, fast tempo, very aggressive, and already takes me by the balls, like what is this? Why I haven't heard this before? Now unfortunately for me, the things slow down later on, and that's exactly where another way to put out Bolg's music comes out. That is more mid-tempo-ish, more melodic, and frankly said, not as good as the faster parts. Now, people who are like losing their faith here and like, okay, what's going on after the great start and then it kind of slows down, definitely no fear. There are other parts where it gets as fierce and relentless as in the beginning, and in my opinion that kind of shows where this band's forte is. It's clearly these faster, more aggressive parts when it just punches you in the face repeatedly, one punch after another. And actually, in my opinion, these faster songs are even so good that they kind of can really put up the level of certain Marduk albums right there. And I think that's a great comparison, not only for actual band, but also saying that these guys can do that. And it's only a shame really that this album is not just more of that. Then again, let's be honest about it. Having a little bit of variety in tempos and song styles actually kind of makes these faster parts more memorable. And that's why it actually shows that these are the peak moments versus putting it all out all the way through just fast tempo and all. I mean, unless you're really gifted in songwriting and able to captivate the essence of that faster, violent, aggressive black metal, creating albums such as Panzer Division Marduk is no easy task. And even though it's my favorite Marduk album, some people don't like it that much because it's one trick pony. Why I'm mentioning that is maybe that's actually the reference point what Bolg is actually using here for their own benefit. Having not just faster songs but also those mid-tempo parts with more melodies, actually creates this roller coaster moment. I don't know why my hand is swinging like a weird dick here, but you get the idea. So my point here is, it's a band of two quite different styles within one album. But like I said, those faster parts work for me so much better. It's not like those slow parts are, bad or anything, but it's clear that, that kind of emphasizes the feeling when the riffs are not that great. It's almost like there are some parts where it's really all filler, and then there are some parts where it kind of gets better, but it's with those fierce and aggressive parts where it really nails it. So for me, it's a little bit hit and miss. Overall verdict, I would say this is pretty good of an album. It just could be a lot better. When it comes to production, it's pretty solid. I actually like those heavy guitars and those aggressive vocals, which somehow are too silent in the mix. This is kind of emphasized by the slower parts where you can just hear the, strong snare drum going, whereas the vocals are screaming on the background. My point here is, it's a little bit uneven in the mix, where in my opinion the vocals should be more on the front to kind of bring that beast on the front line rather than hanging on the back. But these are minor things really, and don't affect the overall feeling that much. Sometimes they just more or less kind of stand out from the rest. So, can I recommend it? Yes, but maybe only mildly. Check out the music from the band's Bandcamp sites and other sources if you feel like giving it a go. For Marduk fans, sure. For the rest of them, probably so as well. So, give it a go. You can't have too much black metal from Bulgaria in the first place. So off you go, give it a listen, give it a spin, and enjoy!